On a quiet Sunday evening, in April 1996, inside a dimly lit scrapyard off Hazeldean Road, a man lay dead in a pool of his own blood. There were no signs of a struggle, no forced entry, and most puzzling of all, over $2,000 in cash remained untouched. Inside his front shirt pocket, the killer took his life, but left the fortune behind. This is the unsolved murder of John Thomas Reynolds. John Reynolds was a 55-year-old scrap metal merchant who ran Garden City Scrap Company. He was a man of absolute habit. When he failed to return home for lunch at 1 p.m. on Sunday, April 28th, his wife knew instantly that something was deeply wrong. By 6:00 p.m., as darkness settled over the quiet, industrial estate, John's brother Michael arrived to search the premises, guided only by the narrow beam of a torchlight. Dodging iron drums and rusted machinery, Michael searched for his brother. Near the heavy, commercial weighing scales, 5 meters inside the roller door, he found him. John was lying face down, brutally beaten to death, with a blunt heavy weapon. Who was John Reynolds? To those who knew him, he was a hard-working, straight-talking rough diamond. A former railway worker, who had set up his scrap business in 1990, after being made redundant. John bought scrap metal 7 days a week from whoever walked through his doors. His office was a smoko room, where local characters, truck drivers, and small-scale suppliers gathered to trade goods and catch up over coffee. But trading scrap metal, cash in hand, meant dealing with a rough crowd, and John wasn't a man to back down from a confrontation. When police investigators processed the crime scene, they uncovered a string of strange anomalies. First, the large main roller door was shut tight, but the small pass-through door was unlocked. This led police to conclude John had likely let his killer inside voluntarily, someone he knew or recognized as a regular supplier. Second, the brutal blow to the back of his head incapacitated him immediately before further strikes were dealt. Yet, despite the violence, $2,200 cash remained inside. John's shirt pocket and more cash sat untouched in his desk drawer. Was robbery really the true motive, or was cash simply overlooked in a panic? Detectives launched an aggressive campaign. They cataloged every piece of metal in the yard, trying to trace recent suppliers. They tracked scrap pieces back to the nearby Lincoln dump, but every lead sputtered out. The murder weapon, a heavy, blunt instrument, from inside or outside the yard, was never identified or recovered. Years passed. But decades later, fresh investigative podcasts and tip-offs brought forward whispers of a mystery, blonde-haired woman, seen near the yard around the time of the homicide. Yet, despite hundreds of interviews and thousands of officer hours, no primary suspect was ever formally charged. The original building at 220 Hazeldean Road was demolished following the devastating Canterbury earthquakes of 2010 and 2011. Today, only a plain concrete floor remains where John Reynolds spent his final moments. His family, including his sister Frances and daughter Laura, have carried the weight of this unsolved crime for nearly 3 decades. They maintain that someone in the community holds the final missing piece of the puzzle. Over 28 years have passed since that dark Sunday in Christchurch, but cold cases are never truly dead. Someone out there knows who stepped through that door on April 28, 1996. If you have any information regarding the murder of John Thomas Reynolds, please contact the New Zealand Police or Crime Stoppers anonymously. If you found this case compelling, hit the like button, subscribe for more deep dives into unsolved mysteries, and leave your theories in the comments below. Until next time, stay vigilant.